Let's try again. Come on, dude. There we go. Now it's connecting.
Is she going?
Yeah, but there it is. There it is. All right.
Are we there yet?
I don't know what happened that first time.
Oh, now it is. I just had to refresh this.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Well, oh, you're
oh,
gonna need to turn it down. We can at least pretend like we know what we're doing.
I know, right?
Um, I need to make sure that this doesn't show up. Let's see.
Think so.
Nope. Good.
Hey, perfecto.
We would have been on when I posted, but we had to make the kids dinner.
Yes, we did. Shall we?
Last minute.
Oh, man,
Let's exit out of that.
that's the chat. This is different.
Okay.
Hmm. Gonna have to go through the whole thing.
All right. Well, we're just gonna wait. Uh, if you're watching this in the future, we're gonna be recording this week's episode live. We're gonna
Yes.
talk about a place called Rocky Point Amusement Park. It's a place I went to when I was a kid.
I'm so excited. So excited.
Just remember though, if you do come in live, I might as well put this in the chat actually. Because we're not going to be able to answer questions live.
Right. So as soon as we are done, kind of like recording the podcast, basically, then we can chat with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see you feverishly typing over there.
There we go. Just want to let everybody know.
There. Okay.
Two people in here. If you're here, say hi. I mean, we can enter you now. We'll let you know when we start recording.
I think we're one of them.
I'm sure we are. Wish you would like tell me how to fix this though.
Yeah,
There's never anything to fix it.
I know. It's weird. It's weird.
There are, I really like doing lives, but there are things about it that are very frustrating.
I know. You handle most of that
I
too,
handle
so
all of it.
I know.
What do you mean, most of it? I handle the show, the writing, the social media,
I
learning all the
know.
stuff,
All the things.
all of it.
Yeah.
We're gonna give it 5 more minutes. We'll see. 5 more minutes and we'll start recording.
5 minutos.
Hopefully people enjoy this. It's different. I mean, this is not something that we would normally do.
Oh, we're
But
just trying something new.
yeah, and I already have
Hey,
what's up,
Ben.
Ben?
What's up?
And I already have an idea for our next video to watch tomorrow. Something pretty specific I want to watch.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna hit all the nostalgia points for myself.
Yay. I love nostalgia.
Well, it's not gonna be nostalgic to you. It's gonna be nostalgic to me.
Okay. But I still love it
You know this thing works for your computer, right?
regardless. Yeah.
So you can like get rid of all this.
Started Murder in America? Yay. It's such a good podcast.
Yeah,
It's so good.
it's very good. It's a really good podcast.
Yeah,
The color on your screen sucks.
I know.
Man, that is terrible.
I know.
It's like a 15-year-old computer, though.
This is true.
Man, because like, look at the difference.
Yeah, I know.
It is so blown out in comparison.
I know. I don't know.
You know what's funny too?
Hmm.
I'm sure this is riveting entertainment for everybody. This is farther behind than this.
Is it really?
Yeah, so like we're not even seeing ourselves at the same time they're seeing us. Because like, watch, I'll wave my hand. No, you're live.
I'm watching the live, yes.
Okay, there's the hand wave. Now look up here. That's so far behind.
Wow, it's really far behind. That's crazy.
Holy cow! Wow, you're just way,
That was
way behind.
way behind
Is that where
for sure.
Megan got? See you on the next one. No,
Nope, it is not.
no, I think that was just pretty organic,
It's just
honestly.
natural.
There are a few
It's
things
all
that we
natural.
say that come from other things
There
that
are.
we like, but nobody's ever figured them out.
Yep. Oh, a part of our outro for sure.
Yeah,
The way we completely end the show is from something.
yeah. Nobody's ever been able to find it though.
Nope. Bye.
Yeah, not on. It's such a specific thing.
I know. You've
Paranormal
been
time.
trying to like
Paranormal
what? You've
time.
been trying to figure out
Do
where it's
do
from?
do do. Paranormal time. I don't
Yes.
know. We can't just straight steal other people's stuff.
Do ghosty time.
Yeah, that'd be theft. Nah. Nobody watches us though, so I don't think they'd care.
Yeah, I know.
It's like we have 5 Patreons, and that's who watches us.
Oh, find where we get the buy at the end. Yeah, because it's definitely from something.
It's
I did it
it's a niche thing. It's not niche because they're a popular person. It,
huge.
it's just it's only popular just I guess certain people.
Specific group of people.
No, I don't want to say that because anybody can like this person. It's just they're not American for one,
Hmm.
and
Controversial?
it's a little controversial.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Controversial content, I
I
guess.
guess it's just not stuff that everybody's gonna watch,
No.
and it's not stuff like I love it. I don't necessarily agree with all of it, but I just like the delivery and the I don't care about it.
Yeah, for sure.
I can always appreciate that as long as everybody's somewhat respectful of everybody, at least.
Yeah. At
Um,
first, he was watching it,
yeah,
and I started watching it, and I was like, wow, this is a lot. And I have grown to love it.
yeah,
And then, yeah,
yeah,
that's where the end comes from.
yeah. If you can ever find it, let us know.
Yeah,
I'd be very, very interested to see if anybody will ever figure that out.
it's actually been on our channel before.
Yeah. Now you went too far. You shouldn't have said that.
Why? Because
Mhm.
it wasn't at all in it,
No, but
that
you
part.
still went too far. You still went too far. You gave too much away.
Nah.
All right. Couple more minutes. We're gonna jump into this. And just remember, I know I already put it in the chat, but while we're recording the episode,
Hi, Tina.
hey, Tina, we're not going to, no, it's not. Well, 50-50. It's kind of paranormal, but mostly not. But while we do the episode, we're not going to be able to talk to chat, but we will, after the episode is over, we will hang around. And that way, if we want to talk about it, if you have questions about it, because there's always stuff that, I can't. I mean, I can't put it in. I just don't want to have a 2-hour episode.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so our thinking on this is we kind of just hit record and we record our podcast episode to put out like on Spotify and things like that
Yeah, you're just going to watch us
as
basically record.
usual, but you guys get to watch us.
Yep. And then you get to ask questions at the end, or, I mean, you can comment all you want while we're doing it, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Feel
Tina, it
free.
is not Sunday.
Sunday.
it's,
How
it's
far ahead are you over there?
are you like
What is
3 days
today?
ahead?
What's today?
Today is Wednesday.
And so you're only thinking 3 days ahead. That's not accurate either. What is
I
go?
don't.
Oh, how's
Oh,
our
son.
son?
Okay, he is
Oh,
good?
He's kind of good. He had to get eardrops this morning, and
Oh, did he not like them?
he does not like them.
Oh,
He
was
says
it
he can
as
taste
bad
it
as the first time? Oh,
through his ear.
I mean, connective tissue and all that.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I was like, unless it starts hurting, I really wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, because remember when we had the first surgery in Florida, he screamed bloody murder with the first
Yeah, it's not
eardrops,
like that.
and we had to switch. That's what went through my mind.
No, no. I mean, he says it doesn't feel great, but
Yeah,
it's freaking him out because he's like, I can taste it. And I'm like, can you taste it? Or is your mouth just getting watery, like, before you're going to get sick to your
like you're
stomach?
getting like saliva in your mouth or something.
And he said, yeah, kind of.
Okay.
But this is him. And he is not a very descriptive child.
No.
And he'll agree with a lot of the stuff you say to make the conversation end. So
Yes.
just got to keep an eye on him. But no, he does not love the eardrops at all. He does not like it.
Poor dude. But yeah, by mid-afternoon, he was back to his old self. We were worried last surgery he had for his ears. The anesthesia did not go well at all
You say
whatsoever.
that like he almost died.
I,
He just didn't wake up. He just didn't want to wake up.
for like a full day. And
Yeah,
when he
but
did, he was like a zombie. It was weird and creepy,
yeah,
and I
but
did
he's
not like it.
he's also half the size of every other kid his age.
This is true. He's
He's
tiny.
tiny. He was not a premature baby either. He was everything with him was very normal.
Yep.
He is just extremely small for some reason. What?
For what reason?
I don't know.
Because he takes after me.
Were you that small?
Yeah, I was very
I
small.
don't believe that.
I was like my niece.
I don't believe that because if that's the case, then your sister must have been extremely small.
No,
She's smaller than you now.
I mean, we were
Well, she's
both
shorter than
on the
you.
smaller side always growing up. Always.
Yeah, but I mean, so was my cousin Rachel, but she was preemie.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
I don't think she watches this. That's probably what her underdeveloped brain comes from. If you ever watch this, Rachel, I'm just fucking playing, dude.
Shots fired.
It's been our relationship for 40 years.
But thank you,
Um,
Tina, for asking.
yeah, he's
Appreciate that.
overall he's doing good, and
Yeah.
he has a pretty strong understanding that he may not like it, but he needs to do it to because we'd like to get all this ear stuff over with.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It's been years.
Yeah,
So hopefully the surgery
it's
takes,
been his whole life.
yep. The surgery, if it doesn't take, we'll have to do one more, which is a little more intensive, but hopefully this one will be just what it needed.
God, I hate the way we look on there. It's crazy because this is the computer we started all this with.
I know.
I don't think we ever did video on this one, did we? No, we waited till we got this one.
No,
And our video still doesn't look great.
whatever.
It's the lighting. If we would just record with the lights on, which Megan refuses to do,
I don't like it.
it would look a lot better.
It looks weird.
It would look a lot better.
It looks weird.
So instead, we're saving the Patreon money to get a better camera that can handle the darkness.
That's right.
All right. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and crack on with this one, as my British friends would say.
Yeah.
So we're gonna mute out. You're gonna hear the music, and you can just watch us struggle to do a regular episode because there's a lot of struggle that you guys don't get to see, and now you're gonna get to see it.
That's right.
But it's not edited, so
Live and in person.
all right, here we go. You ready?
Ready?
Here we go.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to For the
For
Booze.
the booze.
That's
Oh
right.
man, it's encoded in us.
It really is. It
E-
really, really is.
Even after talking to a live chat, I can't get it. I can't not do it.
Hey,
But
everybody.
anyways, this week we're back. We took a little time to build up some writing of episodes,
That's right.
so we could have stuff to fall back on when times got hard. And I kind of, sort of came across something about a place that I knew as a kid,
Mm-hmm.
and there were rumors online of it being haunted.
Okay.
And now we haven't, it's an amusement park, and we haven't done an amusement park since Disney. I
Mhm.
believe that's the only one
Yeah.
we've done, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I thought, man, it'd be pretty cool if we could do an amusement park and one that I remember.
I'm super
So
excited.
that way I can be
And you've
like,
been
oh,
there.
this was cool or this sucked.
Right.
Now I'm gonna throw it out there. I'll read it again later in here, but it's been closed since 1995. So
Wow.
the last time I was there, oh, I want to say I was like 11 or 12.
Wow.
And I'm old now, so that's a long time.
Yeah,
But
right?
the place does still exist in some capacity.
Mhm.
Um, it's a very it's a very fond memory as a child because I spent my summers going up to Massachusetts to be with my dad,
Mhm.
and this was one of the things that we would do. Um, I just wish it would have lasted longer so I could kind of remember it more.
Right.
But it closed in '95. What am I gonna do? And it had one of the only real roller coasters that ever scared me as a kid.
What was it?
It was called the Corkscrew,
Oh.
but it was like an old roller coaster, and it
Oh.
had like loops in it. And even back then, I was like, this thing doesn't look safe. It
Yeah.
just didn't look safe to me.
When do you think, like, what year do you think was the last time you went there?
Are you for real? I
Yeah.
said I was about 12. Would have been 1992.
Okay.
Do you remember
I
how old
missed
I
that
am?
part. Yes, I remember. I missed
Mm.
that part. Sorry.
Honestly, you remember more than I do.
Sorry.
But let's get into
It's
this.
not hard. You were born on a 0
I know.
year.
I know. That's why I was like, are you kidding me? Because I literally said the last time I was like I was 11 or 12.
I
So this place
didn't
closed when
know.
you were 9.
Yeah, because I am not born on a 10 year, so I have to be like
Wait a second. Does that make you 9? 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. Yeah, 9. I nailed it. And then I second
You
guessed
nailed
myself.
it.
But let's get into this.
All right,
All right.
let's do it.
Now, Warwick is a city in Kent County, Rhode Island, in the United States, of course. And this is the third largest city in the state with a population of 82,823 as far as the 2020 census goes.
It's a big town.
It is a big town. This is also, there's a crossover here for anybody listening. Warwick, Rhode Island is actually where taps started.
Was it in Warwick?
Yeah.
Shut up.
Oh, yeah.
I
Don't,
mean, I knew it was out of Rhode Island.
it's in Warwick. I believe it's still there.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe their main headquarters is still in Warwick.
That is super cool.
But yeah, this is the same town ghost hunters originated.
I've been to Rhode Island. I mean, technically, we just flew into the Providence airport and drove to Massachusetts, but I've been there.
Did we not go to the Providence Place Mall?
No, we drove by it and you wanted to,
Oh,
but we didn't go.
I thought we did.
No.
I've been there a million times.
I know you have.
I've even been I've even done delinquent stuff on the roof of that place.
I bet you have.
I did. Now, Warwick is located approximately 12 miles south of downtown Providence, Rhode Island, 63 miles southwest of Boston, and 171 miles northeast of New York City. The thing about people don't really understand, if you've never been there, is New England is, I know people associate that with Massachusetts
Hmm.
because of the football team,
Yeah,
but New England is a collective of states, and it's pretty small,
it is very small. There's very small states,
very small.
but there's multiple
Very
states.
small, multiples,
Okay.
multiple small states. You're killing it.
What is Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York? No, New York's no,
I don't know if people consider New York as part of New England, but you'd have like New Hampshire, Maine.
New Hampshire and Maine. That's my other two.
Uh,
But then I said New York and I was like, I don't know.
yeah, I think Vermont might be included in there.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
But it's a bunch of small states.
I know the surrounding ones because I'm from Massachusetts. I know like New Hampshire, Maine, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut. I know those for sure.
Hmm.
Um, Sometimes I hear like Jersey and stuff included, but I don't know.
Eh, I don't know about that.
Jersey's more New York.
Yes, very much so.
Now, Warwick was founded by Samuel Gorton in 1642 and has witnessed major events in American history. Now, it was decimated during King Philip's War. Do you remember we talked about that?
Yeah.
That was in
Oh, yeah.
the the triangle, the help me.
Not Bermuda.
Bridgewater.
Yeah, there
Jeez, I
you
couldn't get
go.
that out of my mouth. uh, which was from 1675 till 1676 and was the site of the Gaspee Affair, the first act of armed resistance against the British, preceding even the Boston Tea Party, and a significant prelude to the American Revolution. Now, Warwick was also the home of Revolutionary War General Nathaniel Greene, George Washington's second in command, and Civil War General George S. Greene, a hero of the Battle of Gettysburg.
Wow. Okay.
Not surprising, this whole area is full of Revolutionary War people
Yeah.
because birthplace of America.
Yep.
And I mean, honestly, if Rhode Island was somehow absorbed into Massachusetts, I don't think anybody would skip a beat.
Yeah, nobody would
They're
notice.
so small, and
I know.
everybody from Massachusetts goes to Rhode Island. Everybody from Rhode Island goes to Massachusetts. So
It's not far drive at all
no,
whatsoever.
it's like 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's to Providence. That's not even to like the line. Like it's just such a short distance. It's weird.
Yeah.
Today, it is home to Rhode Island's main airport, T.F. Greene Airport, which serves the Providence area and also functions as a reliever for Logan International Airport in Boston. Warwick was also home to Rocky Point, which closed in 1995 and is now a state park. And you've been to T.F. Greene.
Hmm.
That's where we flew in when we went to visit.
Yeah, because it was cheaper than flying into Logan,
Flying
and
into
it was,
Logan, I won't do it.
and it is way less chaotic.
I will not. I just won't. I refuse to do it.
I bet it is a ginormous airport.
It sucks. Well, it's a poorly laid out airport.
Oh,
Yeah, and it's just it's all the hecticness of Orlando without any of the structure or like forethought.
oh,
Yeah, it's
that's
terrible.
really
And
bad
then
because
and
Orlando International Airport is
but
rough.
it's laid out well.
It is laid out
So
well.
it's easier
It's
to find
just
where you're going.
busy
But
and
then you think it's
huge.
busy. You fight your way out of Logan.
I
And then
don't.
you got to go through Boston.
Thanks. I'll go to
Yeah, it's
Providence.
trash. I don't like it. Now, Rocky Point's history dates back to pre European times when the site was reportedly inhabited by members of the Narragansett tribe of Native Americans in the summer months. Now, the property's modern history begins, however, with the advent of leisure time for 19th century working class Rhode Islanders, who by the late 1840s were able to leave the industrial centers in the state and travel south along Narragansett Bay for pleasure. Now, Narragansett Bay, I've been there.
Okay.
I love it. And before we came here, it's where I wanted to move.
Is that where the TV show?
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That
Okay.
was what
Bob Vila.
Bob Vila. Yeah, and
Yeah.
they were working on a house in Narragansett Bay, and
Yep.
I watched the whole thing. Narragansett Bay is beautiful. I don't know so much about the surrounding areas, but the bay itself is
It's
it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Anything in New England with coastline is really nice, but then the outskirts are usually pretty bad. They're not usually great.
Yeah, they're a little
I
trash.
mean, look at like Boston Harbor. Cool area, but then as soon as you go out into the city and Southie and stuff, it is hot garbage. And I say that with all the love Boston. I've been to Boston, I have family from there. I've been there. I'm part of your people. I love it, but it's trash. It is. Now, since it was first used for nature outings in 1847, Rocky Point has been Rhode Island's working class shoreline resort. Its development as a summer resort was praised by the New York Times in 1872 when it was described as, quote, one of the most delightful places upon our New England coast. A place, quote, exceedingly popular with the masses as a delightful spot to spend a few days from the hurry and hustle of daily life. This place
Delightful.
is delightful, and it's just, uh, to get away from I wanted them to say hustle and bustle, but that really threw me off.
Yeah. Well, they used delightful twice. So,
Yeah, well,
yay.
it's
It's
18 Megan,
delightful.
it's 1872.
I
Okay.
like the word delightful.
Now, in that era, before the Midway rides that made Rocky Point famous for later generations of Rhode Islanders and young Massachusettsans?
Mm. I don't like either of those.
What would that be?
I don't know.
Tauntonians. The allure of Rocky Point was the land itself, over 120 acres of beach, meadows, wetlands, woods, and dramatic rocky elevations overlooking the entire upper Narragansett Bay.
Mm,
Sexy.
dang.
Yeah.
Over
It
the whole area.
yeah,
Just
it's beautiful.
wow.
It is.
It is
I love
gorgeous.
New England
It
beaches.
is
They're
gorgeous.
rocky. They're a little chilly. Some of them have some beach sand, but it's different than Florida, where when you go to a New England beach, depending on where you go, you can look out over the rocky beach and see a lighthouse.
Mhm.
In Florida, if you look out, you see trash. And I don't mean people, I just mean trash, physical trash.
Yeah.
I hate it.
And a bunch of busy boating and just
Drunken boating,
water
people just hammered
as
riding boats.
far as you can see.
Yeah, it's awful.
Yeah.
Now, in 1893, what was supposed to be a fun outing between a dad and his daughter turned tragic. 5-year-old Maggie Sheffield visited Rocky Point Amusement Park with her father, Frank Sheffield. In the late 1800s, opium and cocaine were legal drugs,
Hmm.
and doctors prescribed Frank Sheffield these drugs at that time due to an unstable mental condition and a freak head injury that occurred around the time of Maggie's birth.
What?
Now, even after multiple confessions to his doctor that he would kill his daughter, nobody expected it. Now, that day, after a meal at the shore diner hall, Frank walked his daughter toward the shore and bashed her head with a rock, killing her.
Oh my god.
Strangely, the community of Warwick seemed more concerned about Frank than they did about what happened to the little girl. Even after the murder, Rocky Point Amusement Park gained popularity and continued to thrive.
Oh my god.
Let that sink in. Is that not crazy?
That is awful. That is so tragic.
I just, when I first read that, I
Bruh.
was like, huh?
Wow.
Now, Frank Sheffield stood trial shortly after the murder. He was rumored to be insane or addicted to drugs, and as a result, he was found not guilty because of insanity. He
No.
beat his daughter to death
With a rock.
with a rock after saying to his doctor that he would indeed kill his daughter.
And his doctor was like, "Nope, just keep taking your quote unquote
Go,
medication
sir. We're going to need you to take this opium and cocaine. It'll fix it all.
together at the same time."
You know, I've noticed a trend because it certainly fixes everybody's problems today.
Oh,
You know,
does it?
by 1900, amusements had been added so that it had become, quote, the Coney Island of Rhode Island, according to the New York Times. And John Jacob Astor organized a whimsical visit by his wealthy Newport friends to sample popular entertainments. Now, over the decades, attractions at Rocky Point have come and gone. Nature trails, a ferry pier, an observation tower, hotels, clam bakes, restaurants, swimming pool, rides, games, and concerts. But the attraction of 120 acres of land for public use within 10 miles of downtown Providence has been a consistent draw since those first visits in the late 1840s. I mean, it's a
I
beautiful
bet.
place. You know,
Yeah.
it's a nice park.
They
Man,
have all the
you know
things.
what's funny about this though?
What?
Clam bake means something totally different now.
It does. I refrained from giggling when you said it.
care to
So
care
very
care
hard.
to explain?
Nope.
As a nearby quote day trip shoreline resort, Rocky Point was the place that Rhode Islanders wanted to be in the summer, and they came in droves. Factory workers from as far away as Taunton, Attleboro, and Fall River, or the Dirty Riv, would enjoy their company's annual outings at the park, and not to mention the workers from Rhode Island's mill villages from Woonsocket to Olneyville to West Warwick.
I've been to those places you
Yeah,
mentioned.
you've never been to Woonsocket.
I've never been to Attleboro, have I?
Uh, I don't think we went to Attleboro.
Definitely Fall River, definitely Taunton.
Yeah, we went to the Dirty Rip because we went and saw the Battleship Cove.
Yes, it was so cool.
You've
It was
been,
so cool.
I think you've been to Taunton before.
Oh, you think?
Yeah,
It's literally where our hotel was.
it's literally where I was born.
I know.
It's my home field. I always say that, but honestly, my home field is Florida.
Hmm.
I grew up in Florida. I'm from there. My family still does live there, and I've lived there back and forth, but the majority of my life was spent in Florida.
But you
I get dual citizenship.
you do.
I get
You
dual
really do.
citizenship. It's mostly because of my last name.
Yeah.
So every time I go back there, people are like, "Oh yeah, yeah, we know you." Now, when labor strife in the 1890s caused the Rhode Island Central Labor Union to choose a destination for thousands of workers to hold rally, they chose Rocky Point, calling all available ferries from Providence into service. Now, later, when national and local politicians wanted a place to stage rallies for their campaigns, they also chose Rocky Point. Rocky Point was popular. It's been popular
Right.
for over 100 years.
Obviously, yeah.
Indeed, Rocky Point was the site of the first use of a telephone by a United States president when in 1877 Alexander Graham Bell called from Providence to President Rutherford B. Hayes at Rocky Point.
What? That's pretty cool.
So much history.
That is pretty freaking
So,
cool.
if anybody has ever made a phone call, you can thank this area
Yeah,
because it
that's neat.
was part of that whole thing.
That's super, super cool.
But, I mean, as cool as it is, what did Rutherford B. Hayes do?
I don't know.
Exactly. It's so wasted, man.
I don't know.
Baseball, too, became a draw for Rhode Islanders to visit Rocky Point. Those who were at Rocky Point for a 1914 game of the Providence Grays would have seen Babe Ruth hit a home run into Narragansett Bay.
What? Whoa.
Babe Ruth, famously for the New York Yankees,
Yeah.
started in Boston.
Wow.
He's more famously a Boston Red Sox, and that's why they call it the curse of the Bambino.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
because when he left, they could never seem to win.
Wow.
And people did get to see him hit a home run into Narragansett Bay.
That
And I
is
think that's incredible
really,
because
really
I'm
cool.
not super into baseball now, but when I was a kid, man, I was super into baseball. I
Hmm.
loved it. And stuff like that always made me happy.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Now, in addition to these major historical events, virtually every adult Rhode Islander has some personal memory of Rocky Point. As children, parents, and grandparents, we can all remember spending happy times at Rocky Point, whether it was first jobs, first dates, riding the corkscrew, cyclone, flume, and Music Express. Oh, God, I remember the Music Express. Eating clam cakes and chowder at the world's largest shore diner hall, or attending concerts on the Midway. The Music Express, um, you know those rides that just kind of go in a circle, but they kind of go up and down. There's loud music playing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's like one of the first ones, and
Oh,
that's what that is.
that's cool.
The Cyclone, I believe, is what you would know as the Gravitron.
Okay. I was thinking more like tilt-a-whirl, but
No,
okay.
no, it's a Gravitron,
Okay.
and the Corkscrew is. Oh, another ride that scared me here was the Flume.
What's that?
It's the log ride. That's what they're
Oh.
really called, are flumes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But it had this drop in it that it made you feel like you were going to fly out of your seat. Yeah, I
Oh,
didn't like it.
yeah, I bet.
These are all great rides, though. Many of Rhode Island's notable political events were held at the Palladium, which was also home to many weddings, sports banquets, and other events. The openness of the amusement park allowed fishermen free access to the point, with its renowned striped bass catches and older Rhode Islanders parked along the shoreline for a superb view of Narragansett Bay. What former U.S. Senator from Rhode Island, John Chaffee, called a quote, three bridge view, spanning from the Mount Hope Bridge to the Newport Pell Bridge to the Jamestown Verrazano Bridge. Yes,
That was a mouthful.
those names, man. Amidst the joy and excitement, the park has also experienced several tragic incidents that resulted in the loss of lives. These deaths have left a lasting mark on the park's history and the hearts of those affected. Now, a lot of times we do these and I can never find stuff.
Hmm.
I did for this one.
Okay.
I did
Hey.
find actual accounts of things that have happened here.
Yes.
Not a lot, but I
Okay.
was able to find some.
Hey.
And you got to remember, this is a tiny amusement park. Over in the grand scheme, this is a tiny amusement park. This
Right.
thing's not big.
Right.
It's, I mean, compared to like a Disney, it's like Main Street of Disney.
Wow.
It's not big.
Okay.
It's just not very big at all.
Yeah.
The Cyclone roller coaster tragedy. One of the most notable incidents at Rocky Point occurred on June 7th, 1936, when the iconic Cyclone roller coaster malfunctioned, leading to a horrifying accident. As the coaster was climbing up the first hill, its lift chain snapped, causing two cars to plummet to the ground. The devastating crash resulted in the death of six individuals and injured several others. The incident sent shockwaves through the community, forever changing the perception of the amusement park's safety.
6 people.
Who would ride a roller coaster in 1936?
Yeah, that
That's
seems
bad news.
absolutely
It's
terrifying.
bad news written all over it. It got me. No, hell, mm-mm. That just see. No.
Mm-mm.
Now the
Mm-mm-mm.
free fall tragedy. Another dark day in Rocky Point's history unfolded on June 30th, 1996. Now I know it closed in 95,
Okay.
but I think some rides stuck around even after.
Okay.
I'm not sure how this honestly how this worked, but I found many instances where I think they might even have a ride or two today.
Wow.
Yep.
That it just kind of runs as just a ride and not a full park
Yeah, it's a state park, and I think some of the rides are just
there.
there.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
All right.
June 30th, 1996, during the operation of the free fall ride, this towering drop tower, it's free fall.
Heck yeah.
No, I don't like those.
Heck yeah.
Standing at about 200 feet, was designed to provide exhilaration and swift adrenaline rush to the riders. However, the mechanical malfunction caused the ride's brakes to fail, resulting in a fatal accident.
Yeah.
One rider lost their life, and several others sustained injuries, leaving visitors traumatized and questioning the park's safety protocols. You know what
Mm,
this reminds me of, right?
yes, I sure do.
What is it?
The what I forget the name of it, but the tower in Orlando.
Yeah, I think it was also maybe called the Free Fall or something. I don't remember, but that
Mm,
kid who died.
it
And then they
was
tried to blame the kid because he was a big kid.
yeah, he was like a big high school football player.
Yeah, but he was like 14, but he exceeded the height and weight, but they let him
They
on
let him on.
and it killed him.
Yep. His thing, I guess, didn't clip all the way, and on the way down, it like stops halfway, I guess, and just like boom, and then it goes back up, and then just kind of goes down, and on that stop drop,
Yeah, he came out and
he
splatted.
came out. Yeah.
And there was video. I remember seeing it on
Yep.
TV
I do too.
in all of its uncensored glory, and it was horrifying.
It was so rough.
Yeah,
That poor kid
dude.
and his poor family.
And the fact that they
This was like a couple years ago.
they said any like they I don't know, man. It's just wild. They closed the ride down.
Yeah. Good. As they should.
Now the haunted house tragedy.
No.
Even the tamer attractions at Rocky Point weren't entirely immune to accidents. On August 18th, 1963, tragedy struck within the park's haunted house ride. A fire broke out within the dark and eerie interior,
Mm.
engulfing the entire scene in chaos and panic. As visitors dashed for the exits, two young sisters, aged 6 and 8, tragically lost their lives in the fire.
Oh,
The incident highlighted the importance of fire safety regulations at amusement parks across the country.
uh-huh.
Now, because of stuff that happened here, though, we did get stricter amusement park protocols throughout the entire country,
Right. And
but
that was like the time where amusement parks were like growing too.
yeah, I mean, it's still, who would ride anything in the 60s? I don't think I would have touched anything until like the 90s.
I don't know.
I know I say that, but I rode a lot of rides in the 80s, so I guess I'm lying, but I don't know. I guess looking back now, it's just not very safe.
No.
Now we know.
And now we know.
Yeah, because except for Disney. Disney was always different because they had all the funding.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
Disney's always been that
They had the big bucks.
multi-billion dollar machine,
Hmm.
so I don't know. But this place was a little rickety. Like I remember it.
Oh.
Because I remember when you first walked in, they had a giant carousel, and the
Hmm.
carousel looked like it was probably from the 1800s.
Oh my
I
God.
don't know if it was, but I mean, it did look old.
Oh
And then
man.
you had the corkscrew like off. I want to say it was like right behind it, but kind of to the right. I mean, I'm struggling to remember. This was like almost 40 years ago,
Hmm.
30 years ago, 35 years ago. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
It's like 30 years ago.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
um, a lot of the stuff that happened, unfortunately, happened. But they did give us, new ways to look at how to do this stuff.
Guidelines and rules
And
and
ultimately, we
regulations.
ended up, doing better from it. But unfortunately, children had to die.
Yeah.
Now, drowning incidents in the saltwater pool. Rocky Point Amusement Park had a saltwater pool where visitors could cool off and enjoy a swim. However, there were unfortunate instances of drowning within the pool's depths. In 1956, a 20-year-old woman drowned in the pool, followed by another incident in 1968 where a young boy lost his life.
Mm.
Now, these events emphasize the need for strict lifeguard supervision and safety measures and around water attractions. You think about that. They didn't have lifeguards.
I mean, pretty much everywhere you go, that's like a public, like, built. I'm not saying like they're going to be at all the rivers and the lakes and things like that. Sometimes, but in amusement parks or at like recreation buildings for like neighborhoods and things like that, there's always lifeguards. Always.
I think even at most public parks and stuff,
Yeah.
there's stuff like that now.
Yeah. Because there needs to be.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, because children can drown.
Oh, yeah.
Now, some Rhode Islanders spent many summers living in their cottages in the small resort community on the northern end of the property known as Rocky Beach. Now, Rocky Point had something for everyone, and everyone has his or her own personal Rocky Point memories, obviously.
You
I
do.
do. Now, when the amusement park succumbed to the pressure of its debts and closed in 1995, however, Rocky Point and its scenic shoreline was closed to the public access. It remained generally inaccessible to any use whatsoever because landward access was blocked by the portion of the property held in receivership under the U.S. Small Business Administration.
Mm.
So you couldn't even go near it.
Yeah.
It was
Dang.
this once renowned place,
Was
and
just
and
shut down,
yeah,
done, off
and
limits.
now everybody was just like, you can't be here,
Wow.
just out of the blue, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
Now, the SBA, the Small Business Administration, in furtherance of its duty to try and repay the amusement park's debts, tried for years to sell the property for residential development, but those efforts they failed.
Mm.
Indeed, residential development was just not the right answer for the property because it would have provided only a few Rhode Islanders with access to what is properly the patrimony of everyone in the Ocean State. So they people didn't want to live here. They
Right.
wanted to visit here.
Yeah.
This is a place from their childhood.
This is a visiting
It
destination
would be
spot
like
and not much
it
more
would be
to
like
anybody.
if they went into Orlando and shut Disney down and was like, "You want to buy a house here?"
Uh,
No, because
Absolutely
now it's
not.
going to suck. No, we don't want to build houses here. We love this place. Like,
Yeah.
stop it, man.
Yep.
And the same thing happened for this. But this was been around since the 1800s, and
Yeah.
generations of families came here.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah.
So it was very hard for them to do anything with this place.
Hmm.
Cut my hair today, and I had to trim my nose hairs, and now my nose is itchy where the short nose hairs are poking. It's driving me crazy. In 2008, the city of Warwick, through a complicated transaction involving federal, state, and city efforts, acquired title to 41 acres of the property, mostly wetlands, but importantly, including a strip of land along the entire mile long shoreline of the property. The visionary purchase assured eventual public access to the unrivaled resource of property's coast.
Hmm.
Now, the acquisition was made possible through the Herculean efforts of many parties, through a federal grant of over $2 million obtained by Senator Jack Reed, who was an early proponent of public access to the property, along with Congressman Jim Langevin. I don't know if that's how you say that, but that's what we're going to go with.
Sure. That sounds good.
Through necessary matching funds from the City of Warwick and the Rhode Island Department of Environmental Management, or the DEM, under the leadership of Mayor Scott Avedjian,
Avedizin?
Avedjian, whatever, and director Michael Sullivan, and through the corporation of other city and state officials and the SBA. So they're trying to do something with it,
Yeah.
but nothing is,
Nothing's sticking. Nothing's happening.
they're having a hard time.
Yeah.
Now, following the city of Warwick's purchase, Mayor Avedjian,
The mayor.
Avedjian With the support of the DEM and the SBA, arranged several occasions when the public could drive and walk through the city owned property. Thousands of Rhode Islanders took advantage of these one day events in 2008 and 2009 to show their interest and enthusiasm for a public Rocky Point.
Mm.
Anyone who attended these events could attest to the incredible response of the public to once again be able to visit their Rocky Point.
Oh, they're like, no, this needs to be.
The New England Northeast area is very big on family
Hmm.
and like because people's families there, it's not really a place that like you were born somebody else and you moved to. Like I know that's what you're used to growing up in Florida because
Yeah.
Florida's a melting pot,
Yep.
but generations and generations and generations of family lives in the Northeast. My family started there in the 1600s.
So crazy.
So like it's almost like the rest of the world. It exists, don't get me wrong, but it couldn't and everybody would be fine because they're in their that's their place.
Hmm.
And they take everything to heart there
As
because
they should.
because it's their place.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe the feeling, but I get it.
Hmm.
But I also understand the other side of it because I grew up in Florida, and Florida's just like it's like a pass through.
It is. And it's such a melting pot for so many different kinds of people, ages of people. And then you get like, you get snowbird season. Um, I don't know.
Whoa, 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 what's going on here?
It might not be all the way in.
Oh, 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 oh.
Almost lost you.
I almost wasn't going to be able to continue on with the episode.
But it's such just a diverse group of people that live in Florida. And then snowbird season, I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but
I think everybody knows what that is.
it's a weird time.
It is.
It's a weird time. Don't be out on the roads and expect to get anywhere fast.
No,
Let's just put it that way.
but the Northeast is not like that.
Hmm.
Families are there for hundreds of years.
That's
Now,
crazy.
after the public's appetite for a fully reopened Rocky Point was whetted, efforts to cause the state to purchase the remaining 80 plus acres of the property gained a lot of traction. Now, the case for the state purchase, pursued by the Rocky Point Foundation following its formation in 2009, was easy to establish. They even had their own little foundation built
Yeah,
up around this.
man, that's impressive.
It is.
I
I
love
mean,
it.
that's how
I love
much
it.
everybody loved this place.
Yeah.
Now, Rocky Point is less than 10 miles by direct measurement from downtown Providence, which would make it the closest state park for anyone in or around Providence who wants to reach swimmable bay waters. The meaning of this accessibility could be overstated, as a visit to the Goddard Park beach on hot summer days would demonstrate. Now, there is an incredible demand in Rhode Island's urban center for shoreline recreation on clean water that is accessible without a longer drive to South County. Some of the water there sucks. Some of it's really nice, though. So they want the nice stuff.
Well, of course. Who wouldn't?
Well, it's like people in New York, they don't go swimming in Hudson Bay, it's
Uh,
freaking disgusting. So they'll go out of their way to the Jersey Shore to find better waters to swim in. It's the same thing here.
yeah.
And Rocky Point, with its two sandy beaches, not to mention saltwater fishing, nature trails, rock climbing, and open spaces for family sports, is precisely where this demand can be met. Near the southern terminus of the current RIPTA bus line, or Line 3, the trip to Rocky Point from Kennedy Plaza takes just over half an hour.
Mm,
Half an hour drive, and you're there.
that's crazy.
By boat, the trip is more direct, and the possibility of rebuilding the deepwater dock at Rocky Point is a major advantage to the accessibility of the property. By car, the trip from Providence is also brief, and the prior development of Rocky Point makes virtually any amount of shoreline adjacent parking possible without any disruption to existing natural habitats. It's like the
Hmm.
perfect freaking location,
Yeah.
man. It's like anything they want to do, it can be done.
Yeah. That is
So,
so cool.
so it's like it's just a no-brainer, man. It's incredible. Now, by any means, a family sitting in their home in Providence could decide to go to Rocky Point on a Saturday morning and be there by noon. without having to worry about filling the car with gas or beach traffic or whether there is parking space when they get there. Uh, so I mean, it's just it's not like going to Disney,
Yeah. It's just
because
it's way smaller.
well, yeah, because
But I feel like this is more like neighborhood friendly
this is like an
and
intimate amusement park.
thank you. That was what I was trying to go for. Yeah.
It's not what everybody else is used to when you think of amusement park. It's I know that the very first thing everybody thinks of when you hear amusement park, I mean, technically Disney is not an amusement park.
No,
It's a theme park.
it is a theme park.
But it's
Yes.
still the first
But
thing
it
that
has amusement rides.
no, it has theme park rides. There's a difference. Amusement park rides are like a giant overgrown carnival.
Okay.
Theme park rides are like when you go and you're riding Mr. Toad's Wild Ride because it's fashioned after a character from a Disney movie.
I mean, I get that.
Okay, but the theme park ride, we'll do it like this. A theme park ride could be $4 million to build. An amusement park ride could be 40 grand. A huge difference.
Wow. Okay.
It's it's
That's
it's
fair.
it's like an it's just like an overpriced carnival
Hmm.
versus the theme park. I mean, nobody matches Disney, but
But I
it's
like the way you
crazy.
put that. It's an intimate thing for the community.
It is, and it helped their little bubble that I was talking about because now you have this amusement park that you can go visit, and you don't even have to leave town.
Hmm.
You don't have to take that 1,200-mile trip to Florida.
You're on the shore. You can see the water. Like
And there's
there's
still
just
parks like this in the Northeast.
so many good things about it.
Northeast, they don't have theme parks, but they have lots of amusement parks.
Hmm.
Funtown USA is another one that I have fond memories of, and stuff like that. And Six Flags, Six Flags is an amusement park. There you go. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Six Flags is an amusement park. Disney's a theme park.
Okay. I've been to Six Flags. It was fun.
I've never been. The accessible location of Rocky Point has another advantage that makes the property unique. Its ability to serve as the keystone property for a marine link between the East Bay and the West Bay, and for an inland link to the other open space in Warwick and beyond. Now, on the east of the property, Rocky Point looks straight across to Colt State Park, about 4 miles away, and northern, that's supposed to say, oh no, maybe it is. Prudence Island? I've never heard of it. And northern Prudence Island and Patience Island. Patience! Patience! I wonder if anybody will get that reference. God, we're all references.
Patience.
Are about 2 miles to the southeast. This set of properties calls to mind the quote Bay Island Parks system idea that has been on the drawing board for decades, with a potential ferry service running a short loop across the bay to Newport with its Fort Adams State Park. That'd be so.
Super cool.
Oh my God, they could make them
So
all.
cool.
They could
What?
make them all connectable.
Yeah.
That'd be
Just a
rad.
quick little 10, 15-minute ferry ride and boop, 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 boop.
It wouldn't even be that long.
Yeah, no.
I
That's
mean,
crazy.
have you ever been on a ferry?
Nope.
Oh, they're fun.
I bet.
You ever hit your face on a microphone?
I just
Yeah,
did.
yeah, I know you did. Likewise, on the west of Rocky Point, the property
A butts.
abuts a network of wetland and inform. Oh my God! Let me take a breath here. Network of wetlands and informal trails that connects to the old Rocky Point trolley line right of way. So there was a trolley there too.
Mhm.
The connection could be utilized to link Rocky Point to the system of bike trails that the state has so effectively pursued in the last 2 decades, and accessibility by bike path would add to the utility of a public park at Rocky Point. So this place has all these ways in and
Cool.
things they can do with it. I want to know for sure though if they still have rides up because I think they still have a Ferris wheel.
I love Ferris wheels.
Yeah, I think
I
they still have a
love them.
Ferris wheel. With all these thoughts in mind, and at the insistence of the Rocky Point Foundation, in partnership with Save the Bay, the Rhode Island Land Trust Council, and other organizations and volunteers, the Rhode Island General Assembly approved a statewide bond referendum in the November 2010 election, seeking approval to borrow $10 million to purchase the remaining 80 acres of Rocky Point to establish Rhode Island's newest state park.
Heck yeah.
And that happened.
Heck yeah.
It happened.
That's amazing.
The referendum was overwhelmingly approved by Rhode Island voters. After several years of negotiations and court proceedings that followed, the remaining Rocky Point acreage was finally purchased by the state in early 2014. And by the end of 2014, the entire property had been cleaned up in preparation for full public access.
Yay.
Now, as any visitor to Rocky Point will attest, the park is already being used robustly by a variety of Rhode Islanders. The mile long walking and biking path is heavily traveled, and the beach is used for swimming. Caution, no lifeguards.
Uh-oh,
S-
watch out now.
Sea glunking, which I didn't know what
What?
that was. It's collecting sea glass.
Sea glunking?
That's the word. I'd never heard it before, but apparently it's a thing. And
Okay.
and others are just enjoying the view.
I want to find sea glass. Like cool sea glass. So
There's
bad.
no ocean for hundreds of miles of us.
I know. What?
People come to see the remnants of the old amusement park, the hallmark arch transplanted from the 1964-65 World's Fair, the Skyliner ride stanchions, the Circle Swing Tower, I've been on that, and the Water Cistern Foundation, to tell stories about their memories at Rocky Point and to walk on the boundless grass lawn and into the Rocky Woods. The park has been the site of several Rocky Point 5K road races, a Rhode Island Natural History Survey Bio Blitz event, and several, quote, movie nights on their great lawn. Plans for a possible new dock are being pursued. Composting toilets have been installed, and an extension of the pathways is in works.
Cool.
The exact future of Rocky Point is still in the making, which is consistent with the ever changing but also always highly valued nature of this treasured Rhode Island landscape. And oddly enough, that's the end of the story. I could find, all right, this is what made this weird. I could find all kinds of stuff that talked about people thinking this place was haunted, but could find nobody talking about it.
But like no actual claims, you mean?
So it's kind of like a locally believed thing
Oh,
that
okay.
locals
Okay.
believe this place to be haunted,
Uh-huh.
but there's really nothing to find about it. And
Hmm.
I think
Interesting.
but I think it's for a reason. I think it's because people don't want to think of this place as creepy. I think they want to think of this place
It's
as,
fun,
well,
family
they want to
friendly,
keep the
like
memories and
yeah,
not have a bunch of people treating it as something else.
I get it.
So even if it was
I get
haunted,
it.
it would be haunted by the loving memories of everyone's past.
Oh,
And there was another death that I forgot to put in here from 2008. It was on the Ferris wheel. Somebody died on the Ferris wheel.
stop.
Or no, they didn't die. One of the bucket seats detached and people got hurt, but nobody died.
What?
But there have been quite a
That's
few deaths here,
scary.
and there was a murder here.
That's scary.
So I mean, obviously there's going to be people who think that this place is haunted, but
Absolutely. There's like trauma and death and just terror, really. Because you got to think like when these accidents are happening, like on these coasters and these rides and things like that, and like people are there around it and like cars flying off and people crashing to the ground. Like there's gonna be other people down there. That's traumatizing.
well, not only that, but think about all the deaths that weren't recorded
Right.
for 100 years.
Hmm?
But anyways, I have to ask you a question,
Okay.
and it goes: Is it real? That was my voice very loudly asking, "Do you think this place is haunted?"
I want to say yes because I really like this place a lot. I thoroughly enjoy this amusement park, this nature of bringing neighborhoods together and just generations of families going there. But I feel like I want to say no only because I want it I want to leave it to the people. I want to leave it to the people of the area because they care so much for this place. What do I know? You know?
What do you know?
I don't know. I know that this place is adorable and
So,
I
what
love
is
it.
your answer?
No,
Okay,
it's a no.
okay,
What about you, babe?
no,
Okay.
no. And even if it was, I'd say no.
Okay.
because the only thing this place is haunted by are good memories of people going in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was scared of most of the rides here because I was a little kid, but yeah, I still have good memories of coming here. And I don't think anybody from that area would tell you anything different.
Yeah.
Rocky Point is a very beloved place by generations upon generations of families. And while tragic things happen there, and who knows, maybe somebody did stick around. I mean, if I died at Rocky Point, I'd want to stick around,
Heck yeah.
because even though the rides are gone, the memory of them are still there. But the bay view is forever be there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Rocky Point was amazing, and I'm glad I got to talk about it. And I know it kind of sucks because there wasn't a whole lot on the paranormal side, but there are people, locals, who talk about it possibly being haunted, and I just wanted to talk about it because it's a good memory.
You know what? I absolutely freaking love this place.
Yeah,
It
this
is
was amazing.
adorable and I love it so much. It's darling.
So it's yeah, so cute.
So cute.
So while it's not going to get the big old seal of approval or anything, it still gets my seal of approval. I love
Absolutely.
this
Oh
place.
my goodness. This place is awesome.
Yeah, but where can they find us?
Well,
It
you
doesn't
can
matter. Anywhere you can find For the Booze, that's where you can
didn't
find us.
let me do my
For
thing.
what? I don't even post on anything most of the time anymore. I post. You want to see me post a lot? Come join our Patreon. That's where I post pretty much everything now,
Fine.
and Facebook. Which, hey, there could be more social media stuff if somebody else would do it.
Me.
She's not going to do it. Yeah, check us out. Just look up For the Booze podcast. A bunch of stuff will pop up. We're on there. And if you
Yeah.
feel so inclined, please leave us a review on
Rate
Apple
and
Podcasts
review.
because we've had the same 14 for years now.
Yeah. Apple Podcasts,
Yeah.
Spotify, anything, all the
Yeah, yeah.
things. I don't know.
Anywhere you can find podcasts.
That's right.
But I think that's it.
I think that's it. Well, if you have a listener suggestion or
Oh yeah.
a listener story you
I
would like
suck at
read on
this.
the show, then
4 years and I am terrible at this.
you can write us at fortheboost12 at
At
gmail.com.
gmail.com.
That's right.
That's right. And if you really want to make an impact on the show, come check us out on Patreon.
Uh-huh.
And that's a For the Booze underscore podcast, I believe. Yeah, For the Booze underscore podcast on Patreon.
Yes.
1, 5, or 10 depends on where you're at, how much pull you get. But you can tell us to do something, and we will do it.
And we do extra content over there just for our Patreons, and they get
Which
lots and lots of say in our
which we
show.
get to record after this.
That's right.
But I guess we'll go ahead and leave.
Well,
Let's get out of
take us
here.
out, babe.
You take us out.
Well, thank you, everybody, so much for listening, and we will see you in the next one.
Bye. Me take us out. What's wrong with you? It's absurd. All right.
Yay!
It was all right. It
It
was all
wasn't too bad.
right.
So I saw Ben knows what snowbirds are, and he hates them.
He's he lives in Florida.
I keep forgetting that. Why do I keep
Jeez,
forgetting that?
man.
Jeez, I suck.
Trying to find where you got it. Oh, okay, that's from earlier.
Hi, Brad from Minnesota. Hello.
Our Sunday's still doing good. We are from another cold state called Utah.
Yes, we now live in Utah,
Yeah, yeah, we do. Oh,
and
is it says finally first call? Yeah, that's okay, Brad. I threw
we
it up there just in case
yeah, it's all good.
anybody.
We met and came from Florida and moved to Utah a couple years ago.
That's right.
Yeah,
We love it here.
so much.
But if anybody has any questions about the
Comments,
location,
concerns.
Magic Undies. Yep, yep. You know what he's talking about,
I
right?
sure do.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. We don't do the magic underwear thing. We also don't believe any of this stuff. But I do love it here, though.
Yeah,
So
it's super great. All the people are super nice.
we came here for the views, and
That's
it's
right.
nice.
It is so great.
But yeah, Rocky Point, man, that was my jam
That was so cool.
when I was a kid.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
I was really bummed out because I kept finding all this stuff about how it was haunted.
Hmm.
So I was like, oh man. there's going to be a ton of stories. And then there was nothing.
Literally nothing.
It was just people like, yeah, it's haunted. I was like, okay, but can I get a story?
Yeah, right?
Oh, I don't think we need to talk about our religious standings on here.
Probably not.
We're just not Mormons. Uh, huh? Uh, I don't know what that says.
Some people know what snowbirds are. I don't know who those people are.
Our our I want to understand this so
Tina,
bad.
elaborate, please.
I think is she saying Germans know what snowbirds are?
Do you guys get snowbirds?
They might. I don't know how
Ooh,
Europe
I
works.
don't either. Interesting. I know most of the South in the United States tends to get snowbirds. Florida is the highest concentration, I think, but I know other places also
Yeah,
get snowbirds from those snowy states, and especially older people come down and want to escape
yeah.
the winter.
I will tell you this, Brad. The only thing I will allude to religion is that me and my wife share wildly different religious views with than the other.
Not that wildly.
Are you kidding me?
Not that
Yeah,
wildly.
okay.
Hey, okay.
Unless you've changed something over the years. But yeah, Rocky Point, Narragansett Bay. If you've never heard of it or you don't know what it is, look
Look
it
it up,
up.
look at pictures. It's
Yeah,
gorgeous.
it's just it's like it's literally just a beachy bay surrounded
So
by
pretty.
$2 million homes.
It is absolutely
But if you
stunning.
live like one street off of the water, the house prices are cut like by two-thirds.
What?
Yeah, it's just great. Yeah. It's wild because you have these $1 million plus homes right around the bay, and then you go out a street and it's like ranch style, like ghetto Florida houses. It is.
That's okay. I'll live there.
That's what I'm saying.
Walk
So
a street
I have
away.
no problem with living there.
Yes, Florida is snowbird capital of the South, and they don't have fall, so leaves don't change. But guess what? The license plate colors do.
God,
They do.
guess unless they're registered vehicles in Florida.
No,
Yeah, a lot of them do.
because I understand that. But you know that time of year you start seeing New York, Ontario, all the plates that are all
We've been
different
married
colors.
for how long?
I don't know, babe, how long?
I don't know. 11 years? 10
It'll
years?
be 11 this year,
11
next
years.
month. Yes.
That's how long.
We are just had our 10-year. Good job. Good job.
Whatever. I don't remember. Yeah, I mean, I know. Look, I know our anniversary. Is that okay? I know our anniversary.
I know you do. It's pretty good.
I know your birthday, but
You
it's
do.
easy because it's right after mine.
Yep. And literally the middle numbers are just switched.
Holy shit! I've never thought about that.
Oh. And then your birthday minus my birthday is my
No.
dad's birthday.
Yes. Yeah, I knew that one. Or your dad's birthday plus my birthday is your birthday.
Brad, 20 years.
Hey,
Congratulations. That's a long time. We're
congrats.
working on it.
How is it? Are you enjoying it? I love my wife. She's okay. Sorry.
Excuse you.
She's that's not how we spell it here. I know she's trying to say she's German.
Okay.
That's that. Yeah.
I know. We know you're
I don't know.
German.
I don't know if it's just a typo or if like that's
You're
just how,
missing a letter on the end.
yeah. That's why we were trying to be like
I I
German.
thought it was a name. Sorry.
How the snowbirds are. The people in Europe go to. Even with my glasses on, I can't read that. Baler, Will you read that?
Baleariers? I don't know.
Is that like in Spain? That sounds like it would be in Spain.
Probably. I would assume
And with
so,
the
yeah.
Canary Islands, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, you met in high school.
Oh, Megan,
Cute.
me and Megan here, we did not meet in high school.
We definitely did not meet in
No,
high
I
school.
didn't meet her till I was in my 30s,
Yeah, I was
26.
20.
Oh, I'll forever remember. Because my God, what a specimen.
Oh my
I mean, you're
gosh.
still hot. Actually, I would debate that you're hotter now.
Oh,
But
whatever.
man, there was something special about
Yeah, that's
26
super
year old.
cute.
Like, oh my goodness.
My sister and her
Them
husband are
jeans.
high school,
Oh,
so shut your mouth.
golly, man, so good.
My sister and her husband are high school sweethearts.
Yeah. Uh, hmm They get along great.
Anyways, yeah, I bet you got lucky. I
I
feel
got
like you
lucky too.
too.
That's
You
how I
got
got.
lucky.
Yeah, that's how I got two kids. I got too lucky.
Oh, man.
Well, 2 kids with you.
Yes, that is correct. Biggest thing is trust.
Yeah. Is it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know.
Stop talking, please.
I'll let you know in a little bit if I can trust you or not. I
Mhm.
do. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay, go to the bathroom.
Don't let her say anything bad about me while I'm gone.
You know I will. I
She's
don't know if you heard that, but it doesn't matter. Okay. Well, I enjoyed that. I really, really enjoyed that episode. I enjoyed the place. I want to go. Now that I know that it's back open, I definitely want to go visit for sure. For sure, for sure. Yeah, he's going to open the faucet. We record in our basement, so we have to travel upstairs to go to the bathroom or open the faucet. So he'll be back. Una memento. I mean, hey, I thought it was funny. That's all good. Hello?
what?
He's back.
Stairs are gonna kill me.
I know. I feel like the basement stairs are worse than the second floor stairs.
They are.
Yeah.
Well, they're also not carpeted. So,
Yeah, that's true.
so tomorrow, what I want to do is I want to see if I can find it on YouTube, we'll do it. I want to watch the Bridgewater Triangle
Ooh,
documentary
yes.
because it's really good.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of different perspectives, and a lot of the people that we talked about in our episode of that are in that.
Okay.
Like the guy talking about Puckwudgies.
Puckwudgies.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
The episode. It was different, but enjoyable. Yeah, we love documentaries too.
Yeah, I watch a lot of documentaries. Which one it was? Yes. Rocky Point was cool too. You can still find a lot of pictures on it.
I want to see. Now I want to look it up.
You have a phone.
I know.
You also have a computer.
I know.
2 computers.
Very using two computers right now.
I mean, it makes sense. But yeah, I want to watch the documentary. We've watched it.
Have we?
Yeah, well, you'll get to watch it for the second time like it's the first because you're Megan.
Perfect. I
Yeah,
love that.
we have watched it. And it has a place in it called the Ledges. Well, it's not called the Ledges in this, but
Oh,
it's
I remember that. I remember that.
and it's a place that I used to go hang out,
Yeah.
and my mark is still up there, I'm sure, if it hasn't been covered up by somebody else by now. But very creepy place, but a place that we all used to go and do delinquent kid stuff.
I feel like your entire childhood
I was a delinquent.
was delinquent kid stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
You seen Dear Zachary?
Dear Zachary, I've never even heard of that. What is that?
No, never heard of it.
What is that?
Mm-mm.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. I mean, we can check it out, but depends on what it's about.
Yeah. And we're open to suggestions for things to watch as well. We like watching
Oh, I
TV.
don't care if it's old, dude. I'm most of the stuff up
Is it a movie? Is it a documentary? Like, what is it? We'll watch anything, really.
for sure.
We've been watching highlights from Ink Masters the last
I'm
few days.
midway through my 40s already, so most of the stuff that is old that I watch.
I'm almost 40.
I know it's almost
So
time.
close. Oh, whatever.
What
What?
for you to be 40?
Yeah.
What do you think I was
You
gonna?
don't have to sound so down about it. Jeez.
I don't. You're aging like fine wine, baby. Give me a sip. Yeah, we do a lot of documentaries. Um, we I don't know how to say it. Like a lot of the documentaries we watch though are like how shitty people are.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, these are bad people, and this is what they did.
Yeah. Love a lot of serial killer stuff.
Mother who is mentally ill. Okay, I mean, I could probably get into that.
Wow. Yeah, for sure. Do you know when it was like from or when it was set in?
Hey Siri. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have an iPhone.
I was like, excuse you. Who are you talking to?
I don't have an iPhone.
No, me either. Never will.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll check it out.
Yeah.
Not where there is life before and after you saw it. Okay.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah. We do a lot of mostly true crime because we want to. Yes, the Bridgewater Triangle documentary. Have you seen it already? And did your computer just die?
Yes.
Oh, you should probably bring a charger with you.
I should.
Yeah, we've watched it before. Not on here, but we've watched it. Megan doesn't remember, but we did. We
Yeah,
watched it. I think right after we did or it was either before or after. I can't
it
remember,
makes
but it was
sense.
like right around the same time,
It makes sense.
and that was 2 years ago, I think.
It was, yeah, we did that episode quite a while ago.
Yeah, it was about 2 years
It was a
ago.
really good one. I thoroughly enjoyed it. You get all like mythical creatures and spirits and all the things that
Hmm.
blend into that missing people, which ties into like true crime. I don't know. Super cool.
Yeah,
I definitely enjoyed that.
it's gonna be a good one. That's what we're gonna watch tomorrow. But
Yay.
where do you watch? I think we watched it on YouTube.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
It's
can't remember. It was a couple years ago.
on YouTube. But if you come back tomorrow,
How are you gonna say? Oh yeah, it was on YouTube, but you don't even remember watching it.
because that's usually where we watch all our documentaries.
Yeah, but I want to say
If you come back tomorrow, you can watch it with us.
I want to say it might have been a Prime.
I don't know. We'll have to find it.
I don't remember. It was either YouTube or I found it through Amazon Prime. One of the two.
Either way.
There are parts of it that are a little corny. There are. There's parts of it that are a little weird. And honestly, another documentary about it. It's not a documentary. It's a YouTube video that is decent, but leans a little too much into some of the stupider parts of it. Is Exploring with Josh.
I knew you were going to say that.
Well, he's from there.
Yeah.
He's from the same area I am.
He
So,
went and walked around and was kind of talking about the
but he
history and
talks
stuff
about the freaking puckwudgies, bro.
like a lot. Like a lot.
Oh man,
That was your stepmother's favoriteest thing in the world. She loved puck wedgies.
yeah. I watched it. Oh, okay. Well, now
Cool.
we can watch it together.
Yay.
Now we can watch it together. But we're gonna get going because we still gotta eat dinner. Megan's still got to go to work. Megan still needs a shower.
I came home from work, still need a shower and have to go to bed because I have to wake up really early
Yeah.
for work.
So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys like this, then we'll do this with our regular episodes every week.
Yeah,
I
let us
didn't.
know.
I enjoyed doing it, even though we can't answer you live. At least we can talk to you after.
Yeah,
And
and we could see your little comments and stuff.
yeah, so we're gonna pop up out of here and oh wait, I'm supposed to do some stuff here, you know. I'm like, it's like, yeah, like it's gonna end on its own.
I don't know. Wait.
But we will see you guys tomorrow, probably around the same time, I would guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Well, thanks.
Thanks for hanging out with us. Goodbye.
Bye.
Did you did you fart?